Welcome to What Humanity Needs to Know. Today, we're exploring a question that has left millions puzzled. If everything has a creator, then who created God? At first glance, this seems like a fair question. But what if the question itself is flawed? What if we're applying rules meant for created things to the uncreated creator? Get ready. What you'll hear today may completely reshape how you view existence, time, and the nature of God. Let's start by understanding why this question exists in the first place. In our universe, everything we observe has a beginning. A tree grows, a baby is born, even stars explode and fade. So it's natural for us to assume that everything must have a causand, that S where the confusion begins. We try to apply physical, temporal rules to something that is non-physical and eternal. But God, by definition, does not belong to the universe He created. He is not part of time or space. He created both. Infinite regress is impossible if God needed a creator, and that creator needed a creator, and so on forever. Then nothing would exist. That chain would never start. This is called infinite regress, and it's logically impossible. There must be a first uncaused cause, or else we wouldn't be here. That first cause is what we call God. God exists beyond time and space. Time is a measurement of change. It only began after the universe came into being. So asking what came before God is like asking what's north of the North Pole. It's a category error. God created time. Therefore, He's not inside time. He doesn't have a before or after. He is, as many traditions describe, eternal, absolute, uncaused, and self-sufficient. Example: water and wetness. Let's use a simple analogy to better understand this. Water has the property of making things wet. But can water itself be made wet by water? No. Wetness is part of what water is. You don't wet water with water. It already possesses that attribute by nature. Similarly, God has the attribute of creating. You cannot apply being created to the one whose very essence is to create. Just as you don't ask who wetted the water. You don't ask who created the creator. This is not avoiding the question, it's recognizing that we are misapplying our logic. A look at consistent theological sources throughout history. Philosophers and theologians have described God as Allah al-Qadim al-Ahad. As-Samad, one of the most powerful and concise descriptions, comes from a short chapter in the Quran. Say, He is Allah. 1. Allah, the Eternal. He neither begets nor is born, and there is nothing comparable to Him. This chapter doesn't just define who God is, it also defines who God is not. He isn't born. He doesn't have parents. Doesn't resemble creation. He simply is. Science and logic support this. To modern cosmology suggests that the universe had a beginning. The Big Bang wasn't just an explosion, it was the beginning of time and space. So, whatever caused the universe must exist outside of time, not made of matter, and possess immense power. This matches the definition of God across monotheistic philosophies. A necessary being, one who cannot not exist. So, who created God? No one, because God was never created. He exists by necessity, unlike everything else. He is the cause of causes, the origin without origin. Trying to apply created to God is like asking, what does blue taste like? It just doesn't make sense within its own category. Thank you for joining us today. We've approached this question objectively, drawing on philosophy, logic, and ancient sources. And the answer is both simple and profound. Only an uncreated creator can be the source of everything. If you found this video insightful, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to What Humanity Needs to Know. We'll continue uncovering the deep questions of life with truth and reason. And remember, many of the insights we shared today aligned remarkably with Islamic theology, which, surprisingly, has been ahead of modern logic and science in defining the nature of God.